What if I'll try and get a bit of free advice off you here? If you were looking for, to raise money with somebody like LDC or BDO, one of these guys, what advice would you give?
You need to be careful, I think. You need to be honest. You have to understand that if you say A, B, and C, and they'll lift the covers, and it's not A, B, and C. Do you know what I mean? So you need to be honest with yourself. But these...
And they've seen it all before. They've seen every fudge and every...
They know every trick in the book. I mean, we done a thing where they could pull back money if it was more than 47,000 out, and I think it was 22,000 or something out, when they got Deloitte's and everybody had to do all that, whatever they do, join. And it took something like 10 months or a year. I mean, it was unbelievable. I think what you have to watch is that you don't take your eye off the ball. And your business, because you're spending all your time looking away, your business is not doing the things that you're projecting to do. You also need to be careful that you don't project things that really you're hopeful, but you don't think will happen. You need to be careful. And also they look at, like I said, they look at typically 10 million, growing at 20% with 1 million EBITDA. That's typically their sweet spot for these type of guys. But what I would say is that our experience with LDC has been nothing short of brilliant. Now, you could argue that we're an easy one for them because clearly going like that, we've not had to buy anything. We spoke to them about acquiring businesses. They're like, well, there's money there, but why?
No, you're doing fine.
You're just bringing a risk, like unless it's something really remarkable that, and we might, I don't know, we might do something in England. Clearly, we've won Northumberland, we've won Nottingham University. So again, going head to head with the big boys, we're winning things and our reputation's growing. So who knows, is move further south whether we'll do anything. But private equity, you are kind of naked.
Aye.
That's the point, And
that's a good way to look at it, isn't it? You're standing.
You can't hide it. It's like,
no.
Do you know what I mean? You can't.
There are horror stories out there. I mean, we were speaking about it. Paul Hutchison, who very kindly came on, he was one of the first guests in the podcast and was very honest about his experiences with Hutchison Network. They went from taking I think it was a £3 million investment, and a year to the day they were gone.
I know, and well, I think the world with Paul. I think the way he was treated, I think he was treated like a pawn in a game, to be honest. And I've seen it in the past where manufacturers persuade you to go and, spend this and that to become the biggest goal, whatever it may be, in a market that's really not quite there. And then what all goes wrong, they move on to somebody else,
How do you protect yourself out? Because that's where you see the brutal side of private equity money, because they will make these tough calls to let businesses go under. They won't put bad money after bad. How can, if you do take money, how can you protect yourself from that? Is it all about cash at that point?
I know it sounds silly. Paul's a prime example. At the end of the day, business is all about money, isn't it? And I'm not money orientated, like I mentioned, and I kind of get frustrated because it's like more and more and more. Like I just don't like that world. But it's the reality, And what you need to do is you need to make sure that the things that you're doing, that you're confident with, you have to be careful, because you can't be like a gambler chasing your debts.
Yeah.
You need to be very, very careful, and you need to be honest with yourself to make sure that the deal you agree is something that you are genuinely comfortable, and you're not thinking, well, the money I've taken and now everything will go to the wall.